Hi nerds, welcome back. So, about 2 months ago now, I bought a wisdom panel DNA kit for my dog Bean. We didn't actually get to see Bean's parents when we got him because we got him sort of secondhand from a couple that had got him from the breeder. The breeder didn't want to know when the couple wanted to give Bean back to them. So Bean ended up on Gumtree of all places and we grabbed him so fast you have no idea. Originally, fun fact, he was actually called Frodo, but because he was literally the size of a bean, his name kind of morphed into Bean over the first weekend we had him. So because I've never seen his parents, I was really curious about what he actually was. We were told by the couple who had him before what he was supposedly, but you know, I'm curious. And when I contacted the breeder, I didn't actually get any pictures despite me asking for them, just because, you know, I was curious. All I got was mum long hair, dad short. Great. Thanks, that's really helpful. So when I went to Crufts, they had a really good offer on their premium wisdom panel test, which includes his family and any diseases he might be carrying because of his genetics. So overall, doing the test was really easy. It all comes just pre-packed. You just register your kit on their website and then you have to swab your dog's both cheeks for 15 seconds at a time. Bean did not like this. Oh my goodness, it was such a battle to get it done. I was actually really worried that I didn't do it right. I didn't get deep enough into the cheek to swab or anything like that, but I sent the kit off anyway. Just really easy. You get a prepaid envelope to send it off, and after about 3 weeks of waiting, I got the results back. And because it's been, you know, quite a while between me getting the results and me finally sitting down to film this, I've looked at the results, so it's not going to be like a grand surprise for me to react to on film, but I just wanted to sit down and, you know, have a little chat with you about it anyway, because I find this stuff so fascinating. You have no idea, guys. So I want you to just pause the video right now, obviously listen to what I'm saying before you pause the video, and go into the comments and throw your guess in. Just guess what Bean actually is. I can give you a hint that he is, on one side he's just a pure breed, and on one side he's got several breeds that didn't make any sense to me. But it's only, you know, a bit of fun anyway. It doesn't change my love for Bean. I think he's the absolutely most wonderful dog I could have ever imagined, but this just sheds a bit of light on who he really is and if I need to worry about anything down the line. Okay, so I'm just gonna pop all of the results on this side of the screen as I'm going through it on my phone. So the first page you're looking at is just Bean's profile. In hindsight, I wish I didn't upload his picture because I have a feeling that, I'm sure they don't, but they could have literally just taken some of his results off this profile picture. I'll show you what I mean, because further down the line, there's some, you know, traits and stuff like that. Okay, so going on to the ancestry. So get your guesses ready, get them in the comments below before you go any further in the video, because this is wild. Okay, so there are a grand total of 11 breeds in Bean. It's mad. He just looks like a Cairn Terrier to me, if I'm completely honest. But if we scroll down, so this is the breakdown of what Bean is. So 64% of him is a Westie. I was told that he was a Westie cross Jack Russell by the couple we got him from. So I was like, okay, yeah, maybe. But because of Bean's colour, I was like, are you sure a Westie? Maybe not a Cairn. But when you think about it, they did use Cairns when they started developing Westies. So it does make sense that there might be like a little bounce back gene for the colouring. And then past that, it's just really just small amounts of every single breed. So you've got 7% Parson Russell, 5% Yorkie and Chihuahua, and I'm convinced that Bean's attitude comes from that Chihuahua. And then there's 3 to 2% of Lakeland, Wire Fox, Scottish and Tenterfield Terrier. And then there's also a small scattering of Maltese, Bichon and Havanese. It's amazing how genetics works because, you know, you can't see any of these breeds in Bean at all. So scrolling down to Bean's ancestry, you can see on one side he's just pure Westie, just all the way down the line. But then going up to one of the parents, so there's 4 breeds in, you know, one parent. It's absolutely wild thinking about that. I would love to see this dog. I would absolutely just love to see how the genetics have, you know, amalgamated in one dog. How does that even happen? If you have a mix like that, please send me a picture. I would love to know. And then going down all the way to the great grandparents, you can see that there's a Maltese mix, a Wire Fox Terrier mix, Yorkie mix. So further down the line, there could just be even more and more breeds. But sadly, it's not going to be that accurate of a test. And obviously there is always going to be margin for error with these things. This may not be completely accurate. And even if I went for another company who does DNA testing for dogs, I might get a completely different result. It all just depends on the database that company has available. But it doesn't make this result any less interesting, you know? Okay, so I'm just going to skip his relatives because I didn't get any close matches. It was just sort of like further down the line. So this is why I paid for the premium. During Crufts, it was on a really fantastic offer. It was £70 for the premium version, which includes the ancestry and the health testing. Normally this kit is, I think, about 140 quid, so I just really wanted to grab it because it was such a good deal. And luckily they didn't find anything that might cause issues down the line, and they have tested 206 different things. So this page just talks through about all the different genetic conditions that could have been passed on to Bean, and it just shows what it could have been. So for example, there's like haemophilia A, that's common in Havanese, but obviously there was such a small percentage of Havanese in Bean, so I don't think it would be an issue. There's von Willebrand's disease, that's common in Scotties, but again, Bean had like 5% Scotty in him, so probably not going to be a big thing. And the list just kind of goes on, and it's really interesting to see how genetics can affect your dog. Like, even if your dog is just a purebred dog, you don't really care about the ancestry, doing some kind of health testing is so important because you just don't know what's going on with your dog. And if you find this stuff out early on in their life, it's preventable, it's treatable. It will be much easier for you to deal with than it would be if you wait until the dog is older and the condition is just raging on in your dog. Okay, so then moving on to the last page, which is traits. So this is where I kind of wish I didn't upload a picture of Bean. I had no idea this is what they were going to be doing. So they performed 39 genetic trait tests on Bean's DNA. And this little blurb here is so cute. First, we learn that he's a very good boy. I know he is. So just looking at all of these, so there's stuff like coat color. So with coat color, there's 9 traits, and they found 5 special coat color genes in Bean's DNA. And dominant black with black or brindle possible. Bean is brindle. You know, you couldn't see it from his profile picture here. So, you know, obviously he is black, dominant black possible, and so on. So it could have been that they just put it on because they saw Bean's picture. I hope they didn't. I hope they just looked at the DNA, but you know, it's always possible. I don't know what they do. Mask dark muzzle possible, which he does have. He has got a predominantly black face. He has got a little bit of brindle just on, you know, the top of his head and on his ears. He did used to have a really cute white patch just between his eyes, but that went away as he grew up, which is really just sad. I wish he didn't lose that because it was really cute. And then going down to coat patterns, again, I didn't show any, you know, body of Bean in the profile picture. He was wearing a coat, so even if they saw the full picture before it was cropped, you couldn't tell what it was underneath it. So a saddle tan, saddle possible, and piebald is, I don't know if that's how you say that word, white markings possible, which he does. He has got a big patch of white just on the back of his neck, and he has got a white chest and tummy, and he did have really nice white feet as a baby as well, but that's, you know, again, just disappeared a little bit. And then going on to coat length and curl, and they found 1 gene which is long hair, short coat likely, long coat possible. I haven't had him in like a full long coat like a cairn because I can't be bothered with the upkeep, you know, but his hair does grow, and I could probably have him in like a full Westie trim or a cairn trim if I really wanted to. And hairlessness, I thought this was really funny. Genetically, it's unlikely Bean is hairless. Yes. Very unlikely, he has got a lot of hair. And shedding, bad news for your vacuum. Bean is likely a very heavy shedder. He isn't really. I haven't noticed it, but that could just be because I keep him quite short on the body anyway. His only long bits are on his legs and on his face, so I don't see any difference, if I'm completely honest. It doesn't matter either way. And interestingly, they use furnishings as a genetical trait as well. He does have long legs. He could probably grow a really nice skirt as well, but again, I don't know. I haven't tried it and I probably won't either. And this is what I found really interesting. Based on all the breeds that's in Bean, they've given like an ideal weight range. So ideally he wants to be between 9 and 15 pounds, which is 4 to 7 kilos. I think he's about 8 at the moment, but he's very slender. And you can also get as detailed information, you know, as the head shape. And this DNA test predicts that he's got a short snout, which he does. It's not like a really long, pointy, delicate nose. And I'd say that he's got like a very average, sort of like a Westie shape on his face all over. And then moving on to eye color and ears. So with eyes, it says that Bean's likely to have brown or amber eyes. He has got really nice dark brown eyes. And with his ears, Bean has genes for more upright or pricked ears, which he does. They are like satellite dishes. They are absolutely ridiculously big. And then the last two, so he doesn't have any extra toes on him. And then the last one is short legs, which, I mean, he doesn't have really short legs. They're not like sausage dog legs, but you know, he's definitely like a short-legged terrier. So that is all of Bean's results, guys. So how did you do? Did you guess right or did you guess completely wrong? I mean, I will give it to you if you got the Westie right, because I think it's impossible to guess what else is in him looking at, you know, what Bean looks like. And it's been a really interesting journey for me. I love knowing what Bean is made out of, and I love knowing that he doesn't have any genetic diseases that might impact him later on down the line. Obviously he might still get ill. I'm not saying that he's going to be healthy for the rest of his days, but it's nice to know that he doesn't have that risk for the really serious stuff. So that is Wisdom Panel. Would you guys like me to do a comparison with a different brand? So for example Embark, or I'm sure there's other brands available, just to see if we can replicate the results. And if I do that, I won't upload any pictures or anything like that. I won't give any detail to them about what Bean is or what he looks like, anything like that. But if you want me to repeat this process with a different brand, let me know in the comments below and I will do it. Have you guys tried Wisdom Panel or any of the other DNA testing kits available? And were you surprised with the results, or did you know exactly what you're gonna get and that's what you got? And let's have a chat about that in the comments. I find genetics fascinating and I'm sure a lot of other people do as well. But thank you so much for watching this video. As usual, do leave it a little thumbs up because it does really help out my channel. And if you haven't already, maybe consider subscribing to the Dog Grooming Nerd. It's completely free to do so you don't miss my next upload. Bye guys.